I'm about 2.5 years older than Fran is. And it was just the two of us and our parents, John and Shirley. My parents always took us to basketball games in Philadelphia, college games specifically.
Most boys at that age, you get into fights with your brother, and we never really did. We were best friends, and my father in particular was really keen on making sure that that happened. He was a Philadelphia police officer, fought in Korea. In his lifetime, saw a lot of things and wanted to make sure that the family dynamic was loving and as strong as it became. It was just sort of how we were raised. Ultimately, both ended up in the sports arena, me in coaching, he in sports writing. He's a columnist.
I'm a sports columnist for the Delaware County Daily Times, just outside of Philadelphia, and I cover primarily the 4 or 5 major league teams in Philadelphia. When you're doing my job, you're going to the games, you're accumulating information, you're trying to provide information back to the fans and the readers of your newspaper, and you're trying to do that and be objective. When I come to Iowa, I'm not here to accumulate information, I'm here to accumulate enjoyment.
I think it's been incredibly positive for me to have a brother who's a sports writer, because I never view the media as the enemy. And I think if you give them honest answers and you're open with them, they'll treat you with respect and they'll treat you the right way. And that's all I ever ask.
I think I have a better understanding than maybe some other columnists who don't get that inside access on what game plans are. I almost think that I'll never write, why didn't he run this play there, or why didn't he run that play there? And a lot of that is because of the access I get here with Fran, and it's very helpful in what I do.
I'll tell you what, your dad was a pretty good player.
I know.
He was a pretty good player. Get the film.
I don't think there's any question that, we were always very close, but with my parents gone, we've become even closer. He's very much a part of my family. My father died about 15 years ago.
My mom, around 5 or 6 years ago, we lost him to cancer.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm so active in the Coaches vs. Cancer program. I'm on the National Council. I try to do as much as I can. It's amazing the difference that we've been able to make.
I get to Iowa as often as I can. Is Patrick going to get to go to the game tonight?
Yeah.
That's good.
All right,
Everybody's on? Oh, that's great. Fran's son, Connor, now, who's my godson, he's a high school basketball player here in Iowa. So that gives me an additional reason to come and watch him play as a high school player. I love going to the games with Fran and watching him and Connor interact.
Let's go, push it.
When I go to Connor's games, I really try to be a dad and not to overcoach him.
Go, 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 go! Get in. Nice.
I think when you watch my brother and I in particular, we will really focus on the game.
Stay with it, that's it, Connor.
Push, push, push.
Well, I think it goes back to my parents. We're sports fans at heart, so the sports brings us together. It gives us a reason to stay close. You were great, man. You were great. You were great.
Did a great job getting to the outlet area tonight. You played through your mistakes, everybody. It was a great night.
Patrick almost had a dunk last night.
You better watch out. He's going to have his first one before you.
I've definitely had my first one.
Oh, Connor had a dunk?
Yes.
I've seen it.
You've seen me dunk.
I've seen him dunk.
He can dunk. He can dunk for sure.
This game is huge for seeding, it's huge for the standings, and it's huge in a lot of other ways. That game up in Madison January 5th, won by Wisconsin 75-71. The Hawks were up 11, and of course that was the night of the famous Fran McCaffery ejection, the double technical, but that's a distant memory now. Badgers know how to milk and use that shot clock and find the open shooter. team you better not get too far down on because they're extremely tough to come back on. Wisconsin's carving right through the Iowa defense. Bronson Koenig works the dribble in on, pulls up. The guy can't miss. Unbelievable shooting by Wisconsin. That's just too easy, Bobby. Just too easy. Needs a score here, though, do the Hawkeyes. Here's Marble. Boy, was that needed. Hopefully that's a start. Marble scores going off glass. These teams have battled tooth and nail ever since Fran McCaffery got here. There's not been a game decided by more than 5 points. Iowa has fought back from 10 down, and the Hawks have the lead.
Excellent job in it. We knew it. It's going to be this type of game. These games are always close, but you just got to be tough and keep grinding.
Drives around Oglesby, a bounce high post for Hayes. Drives inside on McCabe, shot up good, and a blocking foul is called on Zach McCabe. High game at 66. And every possession so valuable now from here on out. Scores again. Iowa back up front, 68-66. Swine drive 3 is good. Wisconsin's back in front, 69-68. Driving and scoring. And Iowa's back in front, 70-69. Jackson 2-on-2 the other way. Gets it to Koenig on the wing. Iowa's down 1 with 1:15 to go. Oglesby for the lead. Good! Curls it in. But back and forth we go. Third place on the line, and these teams are playing like it. Gotta be kidding me. Unbelievable. 24 seconds to go. Now the Hawks need a 3 to tie it. Marble. They're going to be looking for Oglesby. Nope, Zach McCabe. Air ball 3. Rebounded Wisconsin. So it looks like the Badgers are going to withstand the Hawkeye comeback. Wisconsin will catch the Hawkeyes at 8-5, but the big news is Wisconsin will sweep the season series and therefore own the tiebreaker advantage for that number 3 seed at the Big Ten tournament.
It got a little physical in there, but you guys didn't complain. Everybody just went back out and played hard. And that's what you guys are all about.
You got a brutal week against 3 really good teams. They made so many threes early, made 5 relatively quickly. And had we gotten some of those stops at the end of the clock, then I think it would have been that much more effective, obviously, but we didn't.